Hi, this tutorial is going to show how you can take a today job description and break it into functions, store it in our tool. The idea is the same as software engineering. So you're taking monolithic definition of one role and you break it into functions, which is more all the responsibilities that he has around one asset that he is managing. And the idea is that you create that way kind of a Lego blocks of all the definitions, all the functions that needed to be done in an organization in order to run the organization. And then you can assign different functions to different people, which gives you much more agility to move functions between people. You can build any types of combination that you want. So we will start by looking for a job description. So job description example. God knows what going together. So let's see, images, sample, job description template, job description examples, retail. Is it going to get me into the site? No. Sample job description. Maybe this one. Okay, here we go. So account manager, sample job description. I hope that will give us a job description. Yes, it is. So I'm trying to increase it so we can read it. Okay. So the first thing that we want to look for is a purpose. What the purpose of this job description? Account manager responsibility include developing long-term relationship. Okay, I think it's here. Developing long-term relationship with portfolio clients, connecting key stakeholders. I think that's the purpose. Now, what I want to do is to see whether we can break it. So usually you see a long list of responsibilities and requirements. So requirements are part of more what we are looking for. It's part of the expectation maybe. Skill set. Let's focus here on the requirement. So let's see if it can be broken. Proven account management requirements or responsibilities. That's what I have. B, long-term relationship with customers, help customers through emails, develop trusted advisor relationship with key accounts, customers. So I think we already have here like accounts and customers so far. So here's a customer lead. Here's a customer. Here's accounts. Account might have multiple customers. Ensure. Solutions. So that's the deal. Every time that you see any kind of noun inside, you can start to break it. So I would break this one into 3 functions. The first function will be everything, all the responsibility that got to do with supporting the customer. And we have 1, 2 already. The second one will be everything got to do with accounts. We have 1. The third one is solutions. Yeah, maybe instead of accounts, we should do stakeholders because we have already 2 stakeholders here. There's another account. Here's a job knowledge, so I have already 4th. Different. So organization and department, reputation might be 5th. Client we already have. Customers we already have. So I think sales go together with organization and reputation, so it's helping internally and customer as well. So as you can see, I took those points and I already broke them into 5 main functions, and I can take then each one of those functions and assign it to the same guy or different personalities. So let's see how I'm going to do it. So let's take the customer one and break it into a different function. So instead of account manager, I'm going to change it to customer relationship manager or something like that. So I'll get into our platform, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create a new function. So customer account manager. Purpose, let's see if the purpose here actually is the right one. Account manager, including development. Yes. So developing long-term relationship with, I'll change it to customer. You see, the rest of the sentence probably going to be, or it's going to be, the purpose of other functions. Maybe I need to increase it a little bit so you can see better. Responsive, I love it. Okay, so customer purpose, here we go. Who is going to, I can leave it open or can assign to someone. So let's pick someone randomly. It's going to be. Then here I'm going to edit to existing entity or not. I'm not going to do it right now. So let's close it. And what we want to focus right now is on responsibilities. So here I want to start to take all the responsibilities that are related to customer and put them here. So I'm back to the account and I'm going to responsibilities and I'm trying to skim it again. So this is a responsibility that definitely we want the customer one. So I want to take it back to the client, to a platform, and edit, add, first to go, second, account, help customers through emails, It's a customer one. So I want to keep this one as well. Superb. Develop trust with key accounts, stakeholders. No. Ensure timely delivery of a solution. No. Communicate clearly and monthly and with internal and external. No. Forecast, track, key account, no. Update job knowledge, data T, no support for customers, enhance department, no support, keeping current clients satisfied. Okay, here we go. Add. Okay. Monitor, analyze customer usage of our product. I don't know if it's a product or customer. Let's save it to product. Responsible for working, sales team, no. Yes. Well, I'm not sure about this one as well. Let's take it. But I'm not sure. It can be more related to, well, it's more related to relationship between internal and external. So let's leave it away. So this is the responsibilities that we took from the job description into a function. So we have responsibilities. The third thing that we want to do is to artifact. So artifact is actually what they are responsible for. And this is going to be a signed customer. And I can put the names if I know the names. So now we know what they are managing. So this is what I can take from the regular job description. Then I have to go and add stuff by myself that does not exist there. So events are events that actually happen through a sales account or account manager life cycle. For example, I can say that new customer signed is an event. How I'm getting this event, let's say by email, could be generated by system, it could be a phone call, it could be like whatever you want. And that started to create clarity around what are the events that you expect this account manager to do. So responsibility is more high level, what he is responsible for. Here we are starting to be more accurate. Those are the events. Once you have the events, you can start to do roles and models. And roles and models actually set of tasks or instruction that someone has to do or expect to do when a certain event will pop up. So I can go and say, when I'm getting new customer, what I'm going to do is add the customer to CRM. And I'm talking about right now high level just to expand the gist of it. So it's a model. And this is the event that triggered it. And I'm adding it. And now I start to have like more clarity what I can expect when certain event happen that this specific function is going to do. And it's going to be a long list here or short list, it's depend. But it's definitely bring more clarity. The third element is connections. So here I start to define, okay, what are the other functions in the organization that might need to be notified when there is a change in this function. So let's take an example. It's not going to be realistic, but let's just do it. So let's look for a team. And let's say that every time that I'm getting new customer, I want to do something with AR, okay? So I want to speak with the AR. I want to let the AR coordinator know that I'm started to engage with new customer. Eventually, this customer is going to pay, and AR should be aware of it. So I'm going to do it, and I'm just want to capture it because I want to inform it, and I'm adding it. So what I'm doing now is two things. First of all, I'm reminding to myself or to anyone that's going to replace me or going to do this function in the future, what are the connections that he needs to care about. And the second thing is I'm enabling the system to start to send notification, and you can define whether it's daily or when it happened, of all the changes that other connections, other functions that related to you are doing that specifically related to your function as well. So that's all. I won't go into more detail. You can also define matrices and you can define feedbacks here. But the idea here that I took one simple, let's save it. Okay, and now I can look at the function. So here's the function, here's the purpose, here's the guy who right now is assigned to it, here's the responsibilities that this function is all about. If I would define matrices, this is the matrices, this is the artifacts, what he's responsible for. Here you can see the entities, which means which organization entity this function is part of. I define events and models, so they are here. So those are the events, and here is the models or the rules that I'm going to perform. All the connections, and if this function got any feedback, here you can start to see a long list of all the feedback that this function got. So that's all in a nutshell how I'm taking a job description, and this was an easy one. Usually job description are several pages, and I am transforming it into a function and augmenting the function with more data that actually create much more clarity in their working environment. So that's all. Hopefully it's helpful to understand how to break a monolithic job description that was fit usually to one person into function which is smaller, more generic, and you can use it to create any type of organization structure that you want. Bye.